Good afternoon to anyone who happens to be tuning into this. We are looking at the final draw for the U20 Nova Scotia Provincial Championships, brought to you by Wendy's, being held at the Mayflower Curling Club. My name is Matt McLean. Happy to be joining on for the bit of a commentating for this final draw. We've got Team Strang against Team Lockhart. This is the secondary final. The winner of this team will go to represent Nova Scotia. Team one won earlier today. It was Team Etherton. Congratulations to them, to Zach Etherton, Alan Fawcett, Tyler McMullen, Jed McFreeman, and their coach Kevin Patterson, curling out of the Halifax Curling Club, were victorious in this morning's draw. And so this afternoon's draw will determine the second team that will replace, that will represent Team Nova Scotia. So as the teams are shaking hands and getting ready, remind you that once again we are brought to you by Wendy's. The U20 Nova Scotia Provincial Championships, being held, of course, at the Mayflower Curling Club. Brand new facility just opened up in September of 2025. If you haven't had the chance, certainly encourage you to get out there and take a look. Great food, great people, just a great facility all in all. So Team Lockhart will be starting off with first rock. Lead Samuel Kraus, headed to their second, Marcus Hannum, third, Jacob McKay, and of course the skip for the team, Elix Lockhart, coached by Colin O'Neill, the representatives of the Berwick Curling Club. And Team Strang with Hammer in the first tier, skip by Mark Strang, of course, second of Isaac Hopper, third Brennan Smith, and their lead Ben Carlin. They curl out of the Lakeshore Curling Club, coached by Mike Strang. Definitely trying to hold some line here. Good contact. Bit of a rollover. Try to keep that biting on that top 12, which it does. It's not appear that Lockhart's going to mess around. Don't let that hang around. Get rid of it. Trying to bring that over. Good contact. Rolls away from the rings, but gets the rock out of contention. So I was saying, great spot up at the Mayflower. Had the opportunity to head up there this morning. Brought the wife up and had some of the brunch that they had there this morning. Fantastic kitchen they have on site there. Great turnout for this event. Lots of people there cheering on the curling that's going on. Hopefully the start of very many events that we can have at the Mayflower. Second stone for Ben Carlin. Good corner guard there. See Lockhart call in for something, hopefully get in behind that. So second rock now for Samuel Kraus. Sweeper certainly on this pretty quickly. Called off of it now. Hoping to get this to finish. Does appear to be a bit of a straight line going down one side. Trying to get it to come over. It's going to land just into a biter in the top 4. Strang will hope for the hit and roll under cover. As we move into second, Brennan Smith's first rocks. Trying hard to hold that line. Coming over pretty quick. He's going to get the piece, but going to roll over a little bit further than he was probably hoping for. Looks like it's still a bit of a biter. Once again, right on the outside rings. He's such those dangerous ones that hang around, as anybody who curls knows. They can be the ones that help you or haunt you by the end of the end. Second Marcus Hannum now for Team Lockhart. Definitely trying to move this over. Sweeper's working hard. He's trying, but just a bit of a miss there. Leaves Strang's rock out biting that 12-foot, and now Strang will look to get one into that 8-foot area in behind cover. Try to put the pressure on. And Brennan Smith's second shot. No real movement. Might have been a little wide there. Definitely seems to be holding that line. Trying to get it in for at least into the deep part of the 12-foot, but pretty open. Lockhart look for the chance to be the ones to hit and roll under cover now. Be third Jacob McKay's first rock. And trying to get that to move over. Not quite as much movement as we've seen in some of the previous games. Takes it out, good out. So Isaac Hopper with Team Strang. Once again, looking for the hit and roll under cover. On it hard now, just trying to hold that line. Maybe a third of that rock there covered. Enough they should be able to get out, but they're probably going to have to roll the other way at this point in time. So Jacob McKay's second. Sweeper on it right away to try to keep that line being held, just cleaning. Bring it over. Good hit. Looks like does jam on that red rock that was out on that 12-foot. So once again, that biter coming into play already, leaving the one red rock at that 12-foot area. So Mark Strang now calling for the draw in behind, of course. Isaac Hopper's second. Sweepers are on it pretty early. Starting to move it over now, trying to get every inch that they can out of that. Puts it just beyond the tee line, even with the rock out on the 12-foot. Well behind cover. So good shot. As we come on to first of the skip stones. Team Lockhart, of course, as I said earlier, curling out of the Berwick Curling Club. Once again, sweepers on this pretty hard, pretty quick. Try to drag that through. Come right down on top of the red rock. Bit of a bump, slight separation there as they sit 3/4 in front of the tee line. Again, good shot, undercover. So skip mark Strang now. His first rock. Strang and his team, of course, curling out of the Lakeshore Curling Club. Safe to say that both of these teams would relish the opportunity to be representatives for Team Nova Scotia. Sweeper's hard to finish here. Tap that yellow out, certainly a little more visible, but probably came down a little hot at it. Leaves them open right in the center part of the ice there. So Felix Lockhart, the opportunity to hit that. Ideally, maybe roll a little in behind cover. Hoping to force Strang to one with the hammer in the first end. Lockhart's final in one. Well, the whole line pretty quickly. Get it to move over. Nice little roll in behind. Team Lockhart, yes, sitting 1-2, so Strang just looking for the draw to the 4-foot, take the one in the first end and move on. Mark Strang's last rock in the first end. Again, Strang out of Lakeshore Curling Club. Left that quite light, so appears to be a steal of 2 for Team Lockhart in the first end of the secondary final for the Wendy's U20 Provincial Championships. Winner of this game be the second representative for Team Nova Scotia. So yes, the score goes up on the board, 2-0 for Lockhart after one. Coming to you from the Mayflower Curling Club, just outside of Halifax and Timberley, Nova Scotia. Brand new facility. 8 sheets across. Great job by the staff there this week. They put on a great event. Heard a lot of people this morning at the club talking about how fun the event has been, so always nice to hear. So Team Lockhart at the ready. Skip Samuel Kraus ready to go. First rock and 2. Boys working hard on getting that. Get that drawn just in front of the 4-foot, close to center line. So we move on to Ben Carlin's first in the second. Nothing much from the sweepers yet. They're looking for this to move over. Sweeper helping along there. Good, relatively tight guard, corner guard. Felix Lockhart now calling for his own guard out front of the stone they put in the rings there. Samuel Kraus with his second here in the second end. Beautiful shot, nice tight guard. Beautiful draw right between the port there. Perhaps a little heavier than he was hoping for. Just into the back 12. Lockhart looking for the long center line guard now. Marcus Hannum, second position for Team Lockhart. Sweeper's close, but just letting it work its way over. Perhaps not moving quite as much as they were hoping it would, but just right of center. Strang now looking to start removing some of the guards. Brennan Smith. Good peel away. Lockhart looking to replace the guard at the front. Trying to hold that line a little bit, maybe drag it as far as a little further. And try and hold it there. Come across the center line a little bit. An over curl there. Even that one open. That is in the rings. Strang will hope to take that hit and roll in under a double guard cover. People working hard to hold that line here. Disappear. Got it. The little roll over. Beautiful shot. First rock for third Jacob McKay. Potentially draw something in there. Right now, Team Strang is sitting 2. Sweepers aren't getting very close to this one. Looks like it could be a little heavy. Dark Strang on it, trying to pull that as far back as it'll go. And that will just be a biter at the very back of the rings. So Strang now sitting 2 with an opportunity to draw in for a third. As Isaac Hopper with his first stone in the second end here. Start to see that ice really starting to loosen up. Guys are working hard right now to try and hold line, but that one is over curling more than they were hoping it would. That is going to jam onto guards up at the front. Staying on the center line. Not getting in. Not getting into where they hope to be. So opportunity now for Lockhart. Jacob McKay's second. Good line, just needed to finish. Boys on it heavy and right into the top 4 in behind cover. Strang now taking a look at the rocks that are out front. Try and get that area cleared up. He's going to need a chance to get Lockhart's rock out of there. Pretty good weight coming in here. Opens up the front a bit. Lockhart is still sitting the one. Well buried in there. Strang is one just in front of the 4-foot on the angle that could be used. Not much of a chance it appears from my vantage point of any type of a takeout on that one. So it looks Lockhart's first. Definitely want to hold this line here, block off any attempt at that raising up. Good long guard. Again, maybe a bit of a over curl, a little too much. Mark Strang looking at raising his rock out front. Raise that up and take out the Lockhart rock that's sitting deep in the 4-foot. So Mark Strang's first skip stone here in the second end. Looking for that raise. Appears wide. So caught the outside edge there, pushed his over onto the center line right in front of the Lockhart rock. That is still sitting a shot. Strang is in there for second. Lockhart already up 2-0. One would expect something that's just going to protect his rock, not leave Strang many options. Try to steal this end. Final rock in 2. Felix Lockhart. Boys just want to keep it out there. Good sweeping, just take it as far, make sure it comes over. right in that top 12. Much more difficult for Strang, but there is a double there. Lockhart sitting the 1. So Strang hoping for slight angle raise double takeout for 1, possibly 2 if he can hold the shooter. He's competing with another Lockhart rock in that 12-foot area. I don't know if he'll be able to hold on to it. Ooh, bit of a bad angle there, and he ends up taking out the rock that would have been his counter. At least 1 for Lockhart. They're measuring to see if it's 2. Again, from my vantage point, it looked like a steal of 2 for Team Lockhart. Unfortunately for me, I won't know until they put those numbers up on the board. So 2 ends down here. The U20 Nova Scotia Provincial Championships, brought to you by Wendy's at the Mayflower Curling Club, just outside of Halifax. Do hope there's some people out there enjoying it on this stream that the club has set up. So this event does qualify 2 women's and 2 men's teams for the 2026 National Championships. It's going to be held March 28th to April 4th. It's the New Holland, brought to you by New Holland Under 20 Canadian Curling Championships. It's going to be out in Sudbury, Ontario. And certainly both of these teams would like to be a representative for Team Nova Scotia as well. Team Etherton qualified earlier today. Very strong tournament for Team Etherton. Had the privilege of calling one of their games yesterday. Team Etherton out of the Halifax Curling Club. Zach Etherton is the skip. Third, Alan Fawcett. Second, Tyler McMullen. Jed Freeman as the lead. Kevin Patterson as their coach. So they did qualify earlier today. And so now the winner between Strang and Lockhart have the privilege of being the second named team for the men's. So 2 teams for Nova Scotia at the under 20s. So as we enter the 3rd end here, Team Lockhart with a steal of 2 in 2 to take that 4-0 lead. Lots of curling out there right now. Of course, we have the Scotties National Women's Championship that just started. If you are interested in a lot of the more local curling events and bonspiels that's going on, you can always check out NS Curl, Nova Scotia Curl, NS Curl website. Lots of great information on there, events going on. Mayflower Curling Club as well. Always good to post all kinds of different events. And with this facility, certainly, I believe there's going to be plenty of those events coming up in the future. So. Team Strang gets a couple of the corner guards up. Team Lockhart with a couple in the rings. Move on to Marcus Hannum, their second. Now going to look for that guard up in the center line. Sweepers jumping on it as we're approaching the hog line here. Trying to get every inch, bring that over to get rocks in the rings into cover. Not quite over to center. Covering about a third of the rocks. More than enough for trying to take a run at it. Second, Brennan Smith from Team Strang. Brennan Smith brings it down to just the 8 foot off the Lockhart yellow that was sitting, touching the 4. Pushes that out. Lockhart now looking to clean out some of the guards at the front there. Peels it out, but it jams against one of the other red guards, one of the Strang guards. Ricochets back into the house, runs all the way into the back 12. Lockhart sitting 1-2, Strang 3, and Lockhart's got a 4th in there, that rock at the back 12, but everything wide open. Strang will be looking probably for the double here. Doubles are great, singles are mandatory. Someone once said to me. Does put the guard up in front of his. Does leave Lockhart's rocks open for now. Maybe a third of Strang's rocks showing in the rings there, so appears to be enough for Jacob McKay, Team Lockhart, to take a run at it. Work that over. Catches just enough of it to push it out. Shooter rolls out as well. Lockhart sitting 3. Strang going to look to get another stone in under cover. Definitely wants to get at least a couple on the board this end. You need a crooked number going up there for sure. This rock really diving, working hard to hold the line. And just clips by that guard. Again, maybe a little deeper than they would have hoped. Just into the back 12, biting the 8 a little bit, maybe a third of the rock into that 8. So Lockhart's still sitting 1-2. Lockhart with a 4-0 lead after 2. Looking to get rid of the guards out front. Third, Jacob McKay's final rock in 3. Sends it right back, takes out Strang rock that was sitting back of the rings. Back to 3 in the rings for Team Lockhart. Definitely wide open, considering some options here for himself. Isaac Hopper's last. Sweepers were on this right away. Trying to drag this as far as it'll go, just into that 12-foot. Again, maybe a third of it buried. So as Lockhart heads down to take his first skip stone in the third end. Just looking to take out that Strang rock in the 12-foot. Bring that over. They're definitely going to catch a piece of it there. Now it depends. Yes, takes out the Strang rock, rolls his over, just still touching center line, but on the other side of it. Lockhart now sitting 4. Spaced out, but lined up. One mid-12, and then one biting the button. One back 8, one back 12. Mark Strang's first here in the third end. On it right away to hold line. Appear to be moving pretty quickly over. So clean pick of the Lockhart rock out on the 12. Strang holds the shooter, rolls over into the 12-foot. Lockhart still sitting 3. Lockhart's second away. Here in the third end. Just looking for it to finish as it comes across the hog. Just looking for it to come on over. Just a biter at the top of the 12. Not out counting the Strang rock that just biting in a little bit further on that 12 foot. But certainly it's going to make it very difficult for any hit and stick. Can see a little bit of that Lockhart rock that is biting the button in the center. So Strang hoping to minimize the damage, at least get one out of this end. Lockhart already with 2 in the first and a steal of 2 in the second. Final stone and 3 away. Sweeper's hard at work to bring that over, and that is going to catch that stone at the front 12. Trying to roll that back into play. But Team Lockhart, that biter on the button, appears to steal another one in the third end. It'll be 5-0. Team Lockhart right now over Team Strang. Coming to you from the Mayflower Curling Club, just outside of Halifax, in Timberley, Nova Scotia. This is the Wendy's Under 20 Nova Scotia Provincial Championships. Team Lockhart playing out of the Berwick Curling Club against Team Strang coming out of the Lakeshore Curling Club. Winners will be the second team named as representative for the province of Nova Scotia at the National Championships in Sudbury, Ontario. So as mentioned earlier, you had Team Etherton this morning secure their spot with the first team being named as a representative. They curl out of the Halifax Curling Club. Skip, Zach Etherton, Alan Fawcett, Tyler McMullen, and Jed Freeman with their coach Kevin Patterson. So congratulations to them. They played a fantastic tournament here at the Mayflower. As we are away in 4. So Samuel Kraus is first into the top 12. Probably look for get that corner guard in place. They want to try and get some. Need to get some points on the board to be sure. Maybe just a little bit deeper than they were hoping, but it is up there. Samuel Kraus with his second now for Team Lockhart. Sweeper's working hard, trying to get every inch they can out of this. Trying to bring that down. A little lighter on the weight there. Came over a little bit quicker. A bit of a tap on theirs. So Lockhart's 2 rocks just sitting on either side of the center line, biting that top 8. No need for Strang to be tempted by anything there yet. Just trying to get that rock out to the side wings. Hoping he can use it for multiple points. Sorry, that one set up as a secondary long guard. Marcus Hannum now for Team Lockhart. Sweeper's not touching this one. Might be a titch heavy. Don't think they've been quite out that far either, so there could be a bit of a straight run there. Sweeper's jumping on it just after the hog line now. Settles in nicely just at the tee line into the 4-foot. Team Strang now trying to bring that over, but it appears, yes, they're going to clip one of their long guard that they just put up. Clips that. The shooter does seem to maybe just come over and be a slight biter. And obviously, Alex Lockhart agrees with me. He's not going to have any wasted time or motion, calls for that to be taken out. Lockhart not really giving Strang much of a breathing opportunity here. Sweeper's just cleaning this up. Clean that right out of there. So eyes a copper now. To my mistake, I think that is still Brendan Smith. I have that takeout and get the roll. Got the right, no, just not quite enough roll, but more than enough to take out the Lockhart yellow that was at the top of the 12. Over maybe 4 to 6 inches. Not enough run to cover, so Lockhart puts the broom on it. Comes down to it. Removes the Strang rock. Lockhart now sitting the 1, 2, 3. Now eyes a copper. Looking to come down. Move and roll. Takes out the back Lockhart rock. Initial Lockhart rock does hang around at the side 12, just a bite on the 8. Appears that Lockhart is still the shot rock, but plenty of rocks to come. So a bit of an over curl there. Lockhart stone over curls, takes out his own, leaves the Strang rock untouched. So Isaac Hopper now for Team Strang. Trying to curl that to come to the Lockhart one at the back of the rings, but did not curl over as much as they would have hoped. And that sails right past, sitting at the back 12. Again, very hard to tell for sure, but it certainly appears that Lockhart is holding first rock with his stone out to the sides. So the Strang rock that's out front, potentially biting the 8. He's on that now. First rock for Helix Lockhart at end number 4. Just about the halfway point of this game. Sweeper's just looking to clean. Trying to bring it over a little bit now. Right to the nose. Strang rock goes out the back. Lockhart sitting 1-2 for sure. Strang does have one on the back 12. May or may not be out counting the Lockhart stone at the front of the 12 foot. Hard to say. So skip mark stone. First rock in the 4th end here. Trying to curl that over. Bring it over against that Lockhart one that is counting to the sides. Just going to tap that back just enough. So Lockhart's final rock in number 4 here. Strang does have one in there that is, for now, the shot rock. Well within sight of Lockhart. Nothing from the sweepers yet. Certainly does appear to be online. Just to clean. And chip it right out of there. Nice shot from Lockhart. So Strang now facing 2, perhaps even 3, but an open draw relatively for him anywhere into the 8-foot. And get the 1 on the board. Reach the halfway point at least. Sweeper's just looking to keep this thing clean. Don't need it to take off on you. Anywhere into that 8-foot. Hard. Make sure it gets there. And it does. Strang with the draw in to bite the 4. Puts the 1 up on the board. So we reach the halfway point after the end of 4. Team Lockhart 5, Team Strang 1. You are watching the Wendy's Under-20 Nova Scotia Provincial Championships being held at the Mayflower Curling Club. My name is Matt McLean. Happy to take you on a bit of a commentating journey. Thank you for the club for giving me the opportunity to try and do something like this. This is a bit of the fourth end break, so I will take one myself and I will be back. All right, folks, we are back. And number 5 here at the Wendy's Under 20 Nova Scotia Provincial Championships being held at the Mayflower Curling Club. So as it stands right now, we've got Team Lockhart up on Team Strang. Lockhart with the 5-1 advantage at this point in time through the 4 ends. Winner of this will be Nova Scotia's second representative at the Under 20 National Championships to be held in Sudbury, Ontario. A little bit later on this winter, early spring. Team Etherton was the first team to qualify for that. So Nova Scotia will send 2 teams off to the Under 20 National Championships, which is great exposure for Nova Scotia, of course. So Team Strang definitely with a little bit of work to do here in the second half of the game. More than capable enough to pull it off. As mentioned previous, this is coming to you from the Mayflower Curling Club just outside of Halifax in Timberley, Nova Scotia. A brand new facility opened in September 2025. 8 sheets of ice in the ice house. Great staff. Got fantastic food offered as well. And a great turnout in the community. I've had the opportunity again to check out a couple of the games live and in person. Team Lockhart bringing one. Again, from my vantage point here, might be just biting that outside 12. Strang opening up in front of the house there. So that Lockhart rock that is fighting the top of the 4. Get that as a target to get that out of there. Team Lockhart now trying to get that guard back over, but that is hanging out there. It's a bit of a straight line, but does catch a bit of a rub off the Strang rock. Doesn't quite get over to center though. So Lockhart rock in the top 4 certainly open. Trying to hold line. Rock trying to move back across center. And it is going to catch the Lockhart rock that was out front. Both rocks head out of play. Lockhart now at least with another opportunity to cover off. There's Stone at the top of the 4. Second Marcus Hannum's second rock here in the 5th end. Again, it definitely does seem to be perhaps a bit of a straight line for him, not coming over quite as much as they would have hoped. Trying to get it to finish now as they bring it over. Just in front of that top 12. And doing the job to cover that stone of theirs. And Strang looking for that takeout. Get rid of that rock on the center line. We're trying hard to move that over. No problems though. It's the Lockhart rock. Keeping that center line open. Lockhart right back to the well. Get another one in there. So it might be a titch heavier. Entering into the rings. Just back 12 on that center line. Strang's now with, the nice double. Lockhart, that last rock went a little deep, offered up that double for them. Strang takes full advantage. Rolls a shooter just a little bit to the right-hand side. Maybe a quarter under cover. Team Lockhart was trying, but it certainly took off a little bit more than they were thinking. They do remove the rock that was sitting, but by way of putting another one of Strang's out front and now into biting on the 12. Strang now with the opportunity to draw one in there and sit the 2. Lockhart does hold hammer here, and then number 6, the 2026 Wendy's Under 20 Nova Scotia Provincial Championships. Mark Strang, first skip stone away. Sweeper's on it in a hurry. Definitely going hard. They're trying to get that going. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get it there. That's going to be hanging around out front. So Alex Lockhart, his first skip stone in 5, excuse me. Sweepers were on it, but they've come off. It certainly got there. Perhaps not curling quite as much as they were hoping for. Just the back of the button and the back forefoot area there. So Mark Strang's final rock, and then number 5 here. Looking to bring this down right on top of the Lockhart rock at the back of the 4. Appears to be on a great line. Little tap back. Can they remove it? They cannot. Strang just sitting the 1. So Lockhart with the opportunity. To take a 7-1 lead. Final rock, and then number 5 is away. Sweeper's just cleaning right now. Right down to it. It looks like 2 for Lockhart there. So after 5 ends, Team Lockhart up on Team Strang. Score is 7-1. Strang, of course, getting last rock as we move into the 6th end. We're coming to you from the Mayflower Curling Club just outside of Halifax in Timberley, Nova Scotia. Brand new facility. Again, heard me say it once, I'll say it a few times. Brand new, opened in September of 2025. Fantastic place to check out if you haven't yet. And this is the Wendy's 2026 Under 20 Nova Scotia Championships. Team Strang versus Team Lockhart. Team Strang playing out of the Lakeshore Curling Club. Team Lockhart playing out of the Berwick Curling Club. The winner here being the second representative to go on and represent Nova Scotia at the Under 20 National Championships being held in Sudbury, Ontario in a little bit. Earlier today, we did have Team Etherton out of the Halifax Curling Club already qualify. If there is anybody tuning in out of sheer interest of just watching the curling, always thought of trying it, can't encourage you enough to check out nscurl.ca. Fantastic website. Got all kinds of information on there for you that shows you where you can go, different learn to curl programs that are available. Curling is one of those great sports that such a social activity and so many ways for different people to be able to go out and play. The teams that I play with, just in a couple of recreational leagues, you've got people that just perhaps use the stick curling because it's just a little bit easier for them to maneuver that. And it's such a, as I say, it's such a great social way to get out, meet some people, and just have a great time. Great to see such great youth programs in place here. Some of the curling we've seen at the Mayflower this week has been just absolute top notch. These two teams certainly no exception. Team Lockhart brings their second stone in. They're sitting one just at the top of the 8, second stone just at the middle of the back 8. Team Strang with the hammer here in the 6th end. They are down 7-1. Strang bringing that draw out to the side 12. And behind a little bit of cover. Marcus Hannum, second for Team Lockhart. Does appear to be a little outside the broom, but boys are working on bringing it back over. They get every inch they can out of those stones, and they bring that one right back into the 8-foot. Brennan Smith, second for Team Strang. They were trying to get another one off to the wings there for a potential counter towards the end, but overcurled a little bit. Lockhart not wasting any time trying to get rid of the guards. This one is get a little close, but clips it off, clears it out. And his rock goes out the other side. So Lockhart sitting 3 in the rings. Strang would love to put one right in between the Lockhart stones on either 8-foot. And swing one into that 4-foot. Definitely on a good line. Sweeper's trying to encourage that rock over. Not quite going to get there. Bit of a rub off. Eyes open in the back 8. So Felix Lockhart immediately puts the broom down on it. Third, Jacob McKay. Bit of a straight line on that one, but gets the takeout. Can't keep the shooter on that one, but not important at this point in time. Team Lockhart still sitting to 3. Isaac Hopper now. His first rock. Sweeper's really trying hard to hold that line. That has taken off on him a little bit. Again, able to remove that rock. Does run into his out in the 12. So Team Strang now with a couple of rocks hanging on the side of the 12. Lockhart recognizing that danger and again looking to put those rocks out of play. Good weight coming at it. Sweeper trying to hold it there. But there was a Strang rock that was an overcurl guard just a couple shots ago. Lockhart or McKay, forgive me, just clips that. Takes that and the shooter out of play. Isaac Hopper's second now. Looking for this to finish off. It is staying pretty straight though, and that appears to be straight up through the back of the house. Tough miss there as Lockhart takes another look at the two Strang rocks out on the side 12. Lockhart already sitting 2. First of the skip rocks here in 6. It's Lockhart. Taking aim. Sweeper's just cleaning. Not a lot of movement. Now trying to work it over. Moves one of the Strang rocks. Leaves the shooter on the edge of the 12. Team Strang now with rock right on the tee line in the 8-foot. That is likely counting as first rock at this point in time. Got to be looking to put one ideally right on top. A little heavy. Didn't curl as much as he would have wanted. Goes in behind the Lockhart rock at the back of the 8. That looks Lockhart now. His final rock. And number 6. Looking to remove the Strang rock. Right now is counting. Coming right back in. Nose hit. Removes that. Lockhart now sitting 3. Last rock to Mark Strang. Looking for the draw into the 4-foot. One on the board. Final rock in the 6th end here. 2026 Under-20 Nova Scotia Provincial Championships. Sweeper's on this hard to make sure it gets there. And it will. And we do have handshakes after 6. So ladies and gentlemen, winners of the final match and the second representatives for Team Nova Scotia at the Under-20 National Championships in Sudbury, Ontario. will be Team Lockhart. Skip Elix Lockhart, mate Jacob McKay, second Marcus Hannum, and lead Samuel Kraus. Congratulations to them. Their coach Colin O'Neill out of the Berwick Curling Club. They will be second representatives for Team Nova Scotia. Fantastic event here at the Mayflower Curling Club, once again, just outside of Halifax, located in Timberley, brand new facility that opened up just in September of 2025. And truly hope that you have enjoyed all this coverage that the Mayflower has been able to provide. Once again, congratulations to Team Lockhart winning this afternoon. And it will be the secondary representative to the national championships in Ontario. Congratulations also to Team Strang. They put up a good match for them. Skip Mark Strang, third Isaac Hopper, second Brennan Smith, and lead Ben Carlin. They played great all tournament long. Their coach Mike Strang, they curl out of the Lakeshore Curling Club. Kudos to them as well. But the final win for Team Lockhart. Thanks again for tuning in if you have. And that's it.